This NFL mailbag is presented by Manscape. Go to manscape.com/chat. 20% off and free shipping. My favorite products, the Lawnmower 3.0 and the Perfect Package. We'll tell you about that one in just a little bit. Big play slay. Do you see Ryan Kerrigan to the Seahawks for Jacob Hollister?
Ryan Kerrigan's a trendy name out there right now,
for
Mitch.
Jacob Hollister.
I know Tom did a Seahawks trade targets video on our Seahawks-only channel, so you can go check that one out. I think Kerrigan was one of the targets. That's not going to get it done, though.
No.
Hollister in a second. Hollister in a third, maybe. Jacob Hollister has no trade value. You might get like a 6th or 7th for him.
Let's go to the next question coming in here from Daniel30YT. Do you think that when superstars like Tom Brady, Melvin Gordon, and more feel like they get worse as they switch teams? Well, first off,
getting loose with the term superstar.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, I'll put Tom Brady there, but Melvin Gordon to me is not. I wouldn't consider him a superstar. Do you feel like they get worse as they switch teams? A lot of times if an NFL player switches teams, it's because the current team didn't want him. So, to me, Melvin Gordon, though, is not.
Every situation's different. Gordon is – forget Gordon. he's
Gordon is one of the most overrated players in the league. I mean, he's got great touchdown numbers, but that was because of the offense that he played on.
But look at like a DeAndre Hopkins. He's fit like a glove in Arizona. Every situation's different. Some guys improve on different teams.
If you want a superstar, DeAndre Hopkins, that's a good name. All right, let's go to the next question here on NFL Daily. Andrew Gillett, can you see the Hawks bringing anyone to help that pass rush?
They need to.
I mean, for me, it's a simple one. It's Clay Matthews.
Yeah, just go sign. At least work him out, right? Like, see what he's got. You're not getting any pressure from your front. Your pressure is when you're bringing Jamal Adams from the safety position, Bobby Wagner from the linebacker position.
What about
somebody on that front four has got to get some pressure?
What about this idea? Muhammad Wilkerson. So he is now officially an NFL free agent. Hey, call me crazy. I don't know. Maybe you could bring him out. Let me know, Muhammad Wilkerson or Clay Matthews. Let's go to Shanab, my bad, man. Denver's got a tank right now. Their schedule is killing them. I mean, I'll say this.
Is the schedule killing them or is the injuries killing them?
I think it's the injuries and the fact that they're really not that good of a football team. I mean, you lost Von Miller, that hurts. Drew Lock, obviously that hurts. Cortland Sutton, that one hurts. So it's the injuries. Plus, this is a average football team that just sustained a lot of
the problem with Denver, and intern Sam is yelling at us because he's a Broncos fan. But the problem with Denver is they needed to have these young guys stay healthy to get these reps this year, regardless of how this season went. That's the big loss. I don't think you want to intentionally tank Shanov because when Locke comes back, you can't tank with him. You got to see what he is. So I don't think you can intentionally lose. You might tank on accident because you're already 0-2, you've got some injuries, and you got some tough games coming up.
That Pringles guy, top 5 offenses right now.
I could pull up the literal statistics, but I'll just give you my top 5. Chiefs, Ravens, Cowboys are probably my top 3. Packers through 2 games.
They're
number 4.
I would say the other teams that, I mean, you might disagree with me. The Raiders have put up 34 in 2 straight weeks.
See, they're in that category of like from a statistical standpoint, but I need to see more.
And I'm going to actually throw out the name the Atlanta Falcons. That team's
Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah, that's true. Seattle. Probably Seattle, Atlanta. I think there's a clear-cut 3, though. Definitely a clear-cut 3. Well, we are definitely going to see 2 of those teams this week. The Chiefs against the Ravens. Game of the week. Game of probably the year. If this could be the Super Bowl, I probably would sign up for it.
Yep.
KC or Baltimore. Who do you got? I'm going to make this a pinned comment on today's video. Harrison, KC or Baltimore?
Give me the Chiefs, 34-31 in a thriller.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Baltimore over Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Rashard Lee, what's up, my man? Gilmore to the Cowboys, 1st, 2nd, and Jordan Lewis.
1st-round pick, 2nd-round pick, and Jordan Lewis. We got Tom behind the scenes. What do you think? He says no? I was going to say. Patriots aren't going to do it. Look,
I still don't think it's enough
Tom's
for Gilmore.
right, because here's the bottom line. With what I've seen from the Patriots, they're not going to be trading pieces. They're playing to win.
You're not going to trade your best defensive player.
They're playing to win. The only way Gilmore was ever going to get traded was if the Patriots didn't go get a guy like Cam Newton and tanked. They're not tanking, though. They're playing to win. They almost just beat Seattle on the road. Gilmore's not going anywhere.
I like the trade idea, Rashard, though. It's pretty good value there. Let's go to the Ultimate Sports TV. Does Earl Thomas or FAB get signed by the end of the season. Who do you think would be more likely to get signed, Earl or FAB?
It's more likely that it's Earl Thomas because he doesn't
Agreed.
have a suspension, and even though he's got baggage, it's not quite the FAB level, but it's pretty damn close.
It's getting close.
I'll go ET. I still think it's more likely that he gets signed, but honestly, I am reaching the point where I think it's fairly reasonable to think that neither of these guys get signed.
I'm with you. I'm starting to get to that point as well because I think if it would have happened for Earl, it would have happened
with the
last
amount
week.
of injuries.
Exactly.
And they're still unsigned. Like, I don't know. It may not happen.
Let's go to my man Rohit. Over 1,000 rushing yards for Raheem Mostert. Trade away Tart and 2 firsts for Kevin Breer. Oh my God. Yeah.
That was a tough
So
one.
over 1,000 rushing yards for Mostert. He's hurt this
before
week.
the injury, which he's not going to play in week 3. I would have said pretty good chance. I mean, he had an 80-yard touchdown before the injury in week 2. I wouldn't have said like way over, maybe like 1,100 yards. We'll see how long he's out. 2 firsts and Tart for Byard.
I mean, he's one of the best defensive players right now in the National Football League. I don't know if the Titans would want to give him away. I mean, I don't see them doing that.
49ers can't really afford to trade 2 first-round picks. They've traded a lot of picks in recent years.
Very true. But Rohit, I like the question, my man. Let's go to Big Play Slay. Make sure that you're using hashtag NFL where you can super chat to get on the show. KJ writes to the Eagles for a 3rd and
JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
Gotcha.
You guys keep putting Arcega-Whiteside trade ideas up there.
I mean, he has no value.
He has no trade value.
He has absolutely none.
He's like conditional 7th at this point. Like, so if it's just a 3rd, essentially, I don't think that's enough. I think you're probably going to have to do a 2nd-round pick or a more legitimate player if you're trying to get KJ Wright, Big Play Slay. I know you want a linebacker in Philly. You keep asking us, and we appreciate the trade ideas, but Arcega-Whiteside, Mitch,
no,
it's not going to
be there. No. And maybe Philly should maybe hang on to some of the receivers because they do keep on getting banged up. All right, let's go to the next question here on NFL Daily. Make sure that you guys are using hashtag NFL or Super Chat. It is the easiest way to get put on the show here. Next one coming in is from Robert G. Do the Jaguars have the best receiving core in the league? No.
No.
No. Sorry.
They have the most fun team in the league because they have Gardner Minshew.
I mean, they are a very, very fun team to watch, and I'll be curious to see, how they end up looking down the stretch. But, I mean, Gardner Minshew is definitely not trying to tank.
I like DJ Chark. I like some of those pieces, but it's not the best receiving core in the league, and quite frankly, it's not very close.
Let's go to Phoenix Boots. I almost said B instead of T. Does Washington have a chance to win the NFC East? Yes.
I think every team except the Giants have somewhat of a chance.
I mean, out of the 3 teams, right? I think the Cowboys are still the favorite, though you could argue they should definitely be 0-2.
Yep.
I would say Washington has looked better than Philly, and they've definitely looked better than the Giants.
The Washington has played the best game out of any of them with the way they beat Philadelphia, but do we really think they're going to win the division? No, I still think it's going to be Dallas, and I would still give Philly a better shot than Washington, but this division is brutal. Like, 8-8 might get it done this year. I think it's that bad.
Whew. Let's go to Daniel. What's up? Would the 49ers sign Earl Thomas since Tart is on the last year of his contract?
I don't think the two are related.
I also don't think the 49ers are going to end up pulling the trigger on Earl Thomas. I mean, if you were to honestly ask me which teams would be like the most likely to do it, I would say right now maybe a team like the Vikings who are in full panic mode, potentially maybe the Raiders whose secondary is not good. I think it could be one of those teams that are considered a legit team but yet still behind. I think the Raiders are one of those teams, but to me, I just don't know if anybody's going to go out and get a player, like Earl Thomas.
The problem, too, and again, is it's irrelevant that Tar's in the last years of a deal because if they sign him, it's going to be on a 1-year deal. So they'll both be free agents next year. No one's giving Earl Thomas a 3-year deal right now.
Tell you what, though, if you'd have to go out and sign him, an NFL team would have to be feeling pretty ballsy. And if you want your ballsies to look good, go get the perfect package at Manscape. Manscape.com/chat, 20% off and free shipping. Your balls, they are going to thank you. So what comes in the perfect package? The Lawnmower 3.0, which you see on screen. You also get ball deodorant, ball toner. It's literally like if you put deodorant underneath your arms, go ahead, put your hand down there. Smell it. Yeah, you should probably put it down there too. Ball toner is basically like cologne, if you will, for your downstairs. We're just trying to hook you up. Plus, do you have the boxers, Harrison?
I do.
And?
They're very comfortable.
They're
very, very comfortable.
He's just the most laid-back person ever.
I was a little caught off guard by the something you said before that. But look, I'm a defender of Manscaped. Great product. The perfect package is the best combination of products you are going to find. That Lawnmower 3.0, no tug. You can use it on your face, too. That's what I did earlier this week. Go to manscaped.com/chat. Get 20% off plus free shipping.
Hopefully you changed the blades, though, my man.
I did.
Let's go to Andrew Gillette, who should go to Manscaped. Who's getting more yards, Metcalf or Tyler Lockett? Ooh. I'm going to go Lockett. I think this is a big-time Tyler Lockett
Still think
week.
It's Lockett, but Metcalf looks good.
Metcalf looks insane.
He torched Gilmore in week 2, and that is saying quite a bit. That's a fun 1-2 punch in Seattle.
Let us know. Type M for Metcalf or type L for Lockett. But, yeah, I'm going to put my money on Tyler Lockett. Next question from that Pringles guy. Why is nobody signing Eric Reed? I don't have a good answer for you. For me, if I was looking for a safety, I would take him over HaHa and over Earl Thomas right now.
Yeah, he had
130 tackles last year.
I think we're probably higher on Eric Reed than NFL people are. I think that's been proven at this point.
Sure.
I don't know. You look at some teams in the NFL, like the Cowboys are a good example. Why do they just settle for what they have at safety? Teams don't invest in the position. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think there's any other explanation than that. I thought he played well for Carolina last year, but he's still a free agent.
Nailed. What's up? 49ers trade for Odell Beckham Jr.
It wouldn't be NFL Daily without an Odell Beckham trade question. No. Too much money.
Sorry, man.
Too much money for the 49ers.
He's just not – I understand the name.
Fine.
He's a good receiver, but at this point – do you think he's a top 15 receiver?
He's not top 10. I'd say he's fringe top 15. He's a top 10 talent, but he is not a top 10 receiver at this point.
So, sorry. I don't think that they would go out and do it. But if it happens, we're going to make a video about it, so make sure that you subscribe. No balls. You won't do it. Hey, if you want to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. But honestly, I don't think you're going to do it. And this is another way of growing up. If you wanted to make me do something, if you wanted to make somebody from my hometown do something, just tell them no balls. You won't. So you know what? No balls. You won't subscribe to Chat Sports. We are 100% free. We make daily videos. Basically, a video comes out every 3 hours. We do live shows every Monday and Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. So subscribe to Chat Sports. No balls. You won't. Next question here on NFL Daily. OG, that one boss. Do you think Trent Taylor has potential to be a great slot receiver?
49ers fans love Trent Taylor. I think he has potential to be a productive slot receiver.
49ers receiver, he has great potential.
Yeah, I mean, he's got potential. Opportunity is there because a lot of guys are hurt. Can he take advantage? Got to wait and see.
Rashard Lee, thoughts on CeeDee Lamb for the past 2 weeks?
I like what I've seen. I thought he played a bit better in week 2, obviously. Week 1, there was a couple of small attention to detail things. That fourth down play, obviously, needs to run that route a little bit deeper. But CeeDee Lamb's going to be a beast in this league. He's really good.
Yeah.
Had 100 yards in week 2. I like what I've seen from him a lot.
Sports fan all day. Will Washington bench Dwayne Trashkins?
I mean, he's 1-1.
Yeah,
he's outplayed Carson Wentz.
I mean, who else are you going to go to? You're going to go to Josh Allen because he's even worse.
You mean Kyle Allen?
Oh yeah, sorry, Kyle Allen, and then
Alex Smith.
I
don't look.
Alex Smith's leg is like this.
Alex Smith
still.
Is an incredible.
It's crooked.
It's an incredible story. They're not playing him.
Dwayne Haskins, or Trashkins, my mistake, is the best quarterback on that team.
Well, and to me, you have to find out what he is. Play him the whole year and see what happens. If he doesn't improve, if he doesn't earn being the franchise quarterback moving forward, you reevaluate next offseason.
This is full-on panic mode. Jacob, love this question. What happened to Carson Wentz? I think it's a combination between bad offensive line play, no talent really around him at the receiver position, and Carson looks rattled.
Can we simplify this? I'm going to simplify this because everybody's freaking out in Philadelphia.
Oh, no.
There's some injuries around him, yes. The guy had 2 bad weeks.
Overreaction?
Yes, it happens.
Man,
I get it.
We literally talked about it here.
If you're a high-level franchise quarterback, you shouldn't have 2 straight bad games. So, yeah, you better play good against Cincinnati in Week 3. But I'll freak out if he plays bad against Cincinnati.
People are calling him the Chip Kelly of quarterbacks.
That is just a ridiculous take.
I mean, who's better, him or Nick Foles?
Wentz.
Okay. What up, Naod? Will Bosa be better than Aaron Donald? I'm going to say no.
Different type of players.
Aaron Donald is just on a whole nother level. But the other advantage for Donald, he's been able to stay pretty healthy his entire career. Bosa's an incredible talent. But I guess you could be talking about Joey or Nick, I guess, here in this case.
He's talking about Nick.
I mean, Nick to me, though, actually has higher upside than his brother Joey. But both of them have struggled with injuries. But Aaron Donald, yeah, he's in a league of their own.